taste money.
What's going on YouTube? It's your boy the 3-Minute Gamer. So I just want to touch base on the topic, if you guys read the title, about this GameStop situation. My boy Nick Too Quick on Twitter, he mentioned it on Abel Green's podcast on Sunday. I'll put his link in the description below if you guys don't know who he is. Very cool dude. He makes videos like me. You already know. But let's get into this topic. Now this is this is like a very personal thing. Not personal as in just one person, but as in something that can go by like it just seems like a discriminating kind of situation. Even though it's not, I understand where they're coming from, because I've dealt with something like this as far as when I had jury duty. But let me just explain a little bit. GameStop had a fingerprinting policy in Philadelphia stores, and it was mainly around the hood areas of Philly. Keeping it real, it was mainly in the hood areas. So my thing was, when I had jury duty, I had this crimes unit and this assistant district attorney come in because some kid attempted over like 16 burglaries or 18 burglaries and was selling the consoles and devices that he had stole into GameStop. Now, what happened was the FBI or whoever was taking care of it, the detective or whoever it was, and let me not just confuse you guys, whoever steals and tries to sell the consoles, the games, or the phones or devices to GameStop is a real idiot, because the FBI has this system, or the police department, they have this system, this website, that whatever is being that is stolen, if the owner of that item has the serial number, and they, just like with your phones, and if they were to put it on some website or bring it into the police department and they take down this serial number, they put it in their system, and they see that this item was sold somewhere, like for example GameStop, where GameStop scans the item, it'll ring up on their system and it'll show the exact location in which that item was sold to. So being that said, the kid that was doing all these robberies, burglaries, he sold some DS's to fucking GameStop, and what happened was the serial numbers to that, the dude who owned those DS's for his kids always kept the boxes, and he brought it to the police department, showed them the things from way before, and when the FBI seen, or the police department seen that those scanned up, those rang up, they went to that GameStop because it rang up that it came from that GameStop. The lady said okay, she pulled back the camera footage and seen that kid's picture. They took a snapshot of his picture, put it out. He got caught within like 2 days. So that was an idiot move. People don't even realize that the police department has a hold of this weird system. I don't even know what site it is. That as soon as you register your phone or any device or console, you could register your PS4 and put the serial numbers within the police department. They put in the system. As soon as that shit gets scanned to be sold, because remember, every console, every device has a barcode. And if it's a cell phone, they type in the serial number inside the cell phone in the system. Once that shit gets rang up, where in GameStop, like for example, is selling it, and it rings up to the police department that this serial number just popped up, meanwhile it was a stolen item, they're gonna take action immediately, and that's what they did. Now with this article, it said GameStop fingerprinting policy abolished in Philly stores. I'm really happy that is, because it kind of fucked up. Not everybody in the hood is bad. But let me just read what this article is saying. It says, news spread quickly last week through the gaming community that Philadelphia locations of video game store GameStop had begun requiring fingerprint scans from anyone who looking to sell or trade in used games starting in early July. But on Monday morning, GameStop, which is headquartered in Texas, told Philadelphia Magazine that they stopped all fingerprinting at their 27 Philadelphia stores as of Saturday. And quote unquote, we thought it was something we should do, says GameStop spokesperson Joey Mooring, adding that the request for fingerprints originally came from the Philadelphia Police Department's Major Crimes Unit. We always like to cooperate with the local authorities, but we are no longer doing the fingerprints. We have gone back to the normal policy, which requires a name and photo ID. Originally, there was some questions about whether GameStop was required to do the fingerprinting to comply with city pawnbroker laws, but upon further examination of those laws, they learned that it wasn't the case. We realized that we really didn't fall under those laws, says Mooring. And city solicitor, whatever bitch ass nigga's name is, Shelly Smith, agrees with that assessment. What GameStop doesn't meet any of the elements of the definition in the code. So the pawnbroker ordinance doesn't apply to GameStop, she told KY Jelly last week when news first broke of the fingerprint policy. Now it keeps going on and going on and going on, blah blah blah. And at the end it says, but those fingerprints are already part of the police department investigation system, since they are uploaded automatically to leads online via internet. After all, this is 2014, not 1984. So first off, whoever deadass sold something within that time is fucked, because if they are a criminal of whatever, of some sort, they got their fingerprints and shit already in there, or somebody, you know what I'm saying? But yeah, this was, in my opinion, this was like kind of wrong. Yes, I do know that in hood areas there's a lot of burglaries and there's a lot of robberies and a lot of shit that happens, you know what I'm saying? People steal phones, devices, and then like idiots they go to GameStop. Well, crackheads don't realize that you get crackhead money back for these items. It's not like you selling this shit about to get $100. You sell a brand new iPhone 5S, you only getting like $150. When the shit you can sell somewhere for like $300-400. You know what I'm saying? So people will do anything, you know, in hood area, low, you know, ghetto areas where they need money, shit like that. They do grimy shit. We just keeping it real, grimy shit. What I don't agree with this stupid ass policy, because at first I thought it was smart, you know, why they're doing it. I'm not saying they should. I'm just saying that was a smart idea. But I don't think that should happen. But what people fail to understand is this actually is more likely to happen in a suburban area. This is more likely to happen in a white area, like, not saying white, let me not sound racist. More likely to happen in an area where it's more peaceful and whatnot, because like with my location is peaceful, it's quiet, but you always got now and then dickheads who try to come down here and try to start some shit with these local residents and, you know, with these quiet people, and they try to rob them. Why? Because our area is so quiet and shit, and people see that a lot of people walk in my area with phones and iPads and shit like that out in the open at night. So shit like that happens. Now, what makes you think that motherfuckers is not gonna try to rob? You know what I'm saying? It don't matter where the fuck you at. You like, that was the case they should have had in all throughout Philadelphia. Like, what does it, like, it doesn't matter what location you at. You can be in the richest area ever. People would rather rob the richest area ever than a broken down area. So it don't make no fucking sense. But like I said, I understand why they were doing this, and I know it was because a lot of items, since they said the police department got involved in the crimes unit. That being said, you already know that a lot of shit happens with people robbing other people's phones, devices. I don't think games in the street, maybe like 3DSs, but a lot of shit like that happens. And, you know, I understand, you know what I mean? You understand that it's fucked up. You know, GameStop had to really go through this bullshit for like a month. And it's sad because GameStop can get in trouble for the fact that, you know, all these, if continuously, where the FBI would have to come and look, we had a report, the scan of this was sold, blah, blah, blah. And what if the person at GameStop wasn't responsible enough to ask this person for their ID? You know what I'm saying? Like, they can get in big ass trouble if the feds was like, yo, did you ask them for their ID? Did you not know that? Like, come on, man, dude, they don't need to go through all this extra bullshit for this. People just want to play fucking games. You know what I'm saying? There's criminals out there. I don't give a fuck. Fuck the motherfuckers. You know what I'm saying? Like, it ain't that crazy. But I know, I understand this shit. It's kind of fucked up. But you know what? Glad that that it's been taken away. You know, the shit is done. The policy's been abolished. Fuck it. I just want to open some light to you motherfuckers. So, let me know what you guys think on this policy. Do you think this shit was a good idea or bad idea? Keep it real. But I'm out. It's your boy, the 3 Minute Gamer. Peace.